Thank you. Now I realize I'm the last person between you and a glass of wine, so I'm going to keep that in mind. So LUDO, we are a B2B SaaS platform that focus on well-being and inclusion. And inclusion really is the thread that weaves together the fabric of community, which the workplace is so much about. Why do we focus on inclusion? Why does this matter? We know that by 2025, millennials will make up 75% of the workforce, and 88% of them expect values aligned to their own in this area. If we were to tackle gender alone and reach gender parity, we'd add 12 trillion to the global GDP. So imagine what else we can do when we focus on all areas of inclusion. The reality today is we are a really long way off, and it's impacting people and it's impacting businesses. 90% of women are offered zero formal support during maternity, and we know that depression and anxiety is costing $1 trillion a year. And these are just some of the many stats that are really impacting how we run our workplaces and impacting individuals at work. Inclusive companies perform better, they're more financially successful, and they're able to make better decisions. So the business reasons behind this, as well as the individuals, are really, really important. So how do we do this at LUDO? We have a tech platform where employees and employers have access to immediate resource in areas that are really crucial for driving inclusion. Ultimately, we want every employee to have access to the support they need for whatever they are going through in life. And we want them to have it when they need it. You will have heard about different schemes where you can call an EAP scheme, and the stats show that people call them very late. By that time, they've probably had time off work, been signed off with stress, and they're at crisis point. We tackle it straight on with access 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and we handhold HR. Our solution means that employees, once their employer has subscribed, can click straight into expert resource from our partners, from hypnobirthing to mindfulness to so many other topics that they can access on video content or written content. And our key USP of our business is how we handhold HR with our HR Learning Hub. With our HR Learning Hub, we help HR know how to deliver not just a good menopause policy, for example, but an excellent one. And how do we communicate it and embed it truly into the culture and the infrastructure and ecosystem of that business. And we help HR sit with the CFO and tell him exactly, or her, careful, catch myself there with my own discrimination and bias. We help the HR person sit with that CFO and tell them exactly how this delivers ROI. Our users can jump on when they're having a moment and just want a bit of help and help them grow and flourish and get the support they need. And we can divert them to the expert partner if they want to take it further. Why me? I've had a career of 25 years in HR. I've worked for LVMH, Harvey Nichols, some amazing brands, and my last corporate role was at Tapestry, that owned Coach, Kate Spade, and Stuart Weitzman. I was their global head of wellbeing on their global DEI committee and VP of HR. And I know how we drive a culture of success, and was once described as the culture adjuster. I'll take that title. So why do businesses sign up to us? We can show the ROI, and we increase the happiness index of employees who then want to stay longer. And churning talent costs companies money. It's 1.5 to 2 times a person's salary to churn that employee. This is expensive for businesses when they get it wrong. Absence costs companies money, people leaving cost companies money, and engagement and productivity going up is good for business and good for employees that then feel more valued, more included, and have a greater sense of belonging. And the market opportunity here is really growing fast. The HR tech market is growing at an exponential rate, and the global DEI market is looked to reach $15.4 billion by 2026. You can see there from left to right, LUDO coaching, maternity, HR, menopause, health and fertility, we've launched so far. Our fertility module launched just 2 weeks ago, and then we launched support on parenting for kids of all ages from Q3. I've got 3, they're 20, 18, and 7, and I know the support across the spectrum is wide and needed at every level in the organization. These are just some of our clients we're working with so far, and we have growing traction each month. And our pricing starts for small clients, and we have seen an uptake in micro clients, of clients of around the 100 to 150 size wanting to sign up, where we can do bespoke pricing. So we start for 250 employees at 3,000 a year and scale up from there. We can support any size of business. And we're seeing more businesses coming to us applying for B Corp, and they are interested in how we align with the UN sustainability goals. And we hit the support on 4 of those, which we're seeing much more interest with our potential and current clients. We're looking to hit operating profit of 44.2 million in year 5. And we've won multiple awards. The one I'm most proud of is Global HR Tech of the Year this year, which was a massive moment in my house. I was so thrilled to receive that information. The team are really strong. They've come from brilliant brands like Sixt, HSBC. I've got a really strong team with me on the journey, and an advisory board that are incredible, including Alex, who's got a background in investment banking, and Laura Winningham, who is a real asset to our advisory board. So please come with us on the journey, plant the seeds for a future of a more inclusive world and business. Thank you.
When you track employee data, which is obviously quite a touchy topic in most corporations because it's sensitive data, how do you mitigate in your design, baking it in your suite? And so you're obviously hand-holding the managers and guiding them for that journey. It's how do you mitigate for the biases coming from the managers in treating those employees later down the line?
Yeah, it's a really great question. There is bias everywhere, and I think that's the first thing to really call out. We all have it. And we run workshops and webinars and support our clients and our potential clients. And actually, I had somebody recently saying, I don't have any bias. We all have it. Every person in this room. So how we can help educate, whether it's through workshops or we've got learning sheets in our learning hub that we can help drive to line managers to be aware of their own bias is step 1. And just really being able to call that out and explaining what a microaggression is. Many people don't know. And it's no one's fault, they just haven't come across it. So from that perspective, we've got education and resource in our tech to help. And then the first part of your question, I think, was around how we look after the data. Yeah, so we're compliant from a GDPR perspective. It's drummed into my DNA. We're certainly very compliant. But equally, from an employee perspective, which is really, for me, massive, the employer knows that Tatiana has logged in and used our tech, but they don't know what Tatiana's looked at. And we reassure the employee at the point at which they sign on that that's the case. And just, you may still be skeptical as an employee, but we want to create that safety so they feel that they've got access to that help and anonymize it.